What's happening, boys and girls? How the devil are we? Shanksy here, and in today's episode of The Good, the Bad, and the Damn Right Ugly, we are going to be checking out Xera Survival. Stick around, see what you think. What's happening, boys and girls? How the devil are we? Shanksy here, and today we are going to be taking a look at Xera Survival. So, Xera Survival is an open world, soft survival, loot and shooter with elements of PvP VE. What the hell does PvP VE mean, Shanks? I'm glad you asked that, funny enough. It means everyone hates your face, and they're going to do their level best to shoot your face off. Pretty much what it means. You are against everybody if you go in there randomly. So if you are looking to get into some squad fights, bring some friends, because otherwise you're bang in trouble. Guys, if this type of game does interest you, I'm going to leave a link down below, which if you buy the game off that link, then it will help support the channel. However, I am still going to be doing an absolutely brutally honest review. So wait till the end of the video if you are half tempted, and then make your mind up from there. But without further ado, get into the action. So it's worth noting that Xera is in early access. So they could make a ton of changes, a ton of upgrades, and really reinvent the game at any point going forward. So what I will say, guys, is if they do any major updates or anything like that, we will come back and do another review on it. As things stand, I'm not really that impressed in any way, shape or form. But let's get into that. But let's start with what we do like about the game. Firstly, I love the concept. Absolutely love the concept of killer android robots roaming around. Everyone out there being slightly hostile. You know, the airdrops coming in to type of force the action, but not really. The community events that spawn up, or the random encounters that spawn up, the roadblocks, everything like that. I really do love the concept of it. So, with it being an early access, maybe they can improve upon the negatives, hopefully. As far as the graphics go, they're pretty decent. I wouldn't say they're setting the world on fire by any stretch of the imagination, but the scenery seems to be fairly nice. One thing I would say about the graphics, though, is the game seems very bare. When you go raiding into houses, these guys ain't even got a bit of carpet. Would it kill them to put a coffee table every now and again? The amount of houses that I've raided in this game where they literally have nothing on the walls, nothing anywhere, but a can of soup on the floor, a bag of chips upstairs, and a soda on the porch. That is it. That is it. There's no furniture in the house, apart from some beautifully kept hanging baskets outside the property. There is absolutely nothing going on inside it. So it just doesn't really set the tone, as it were. But I don't know, maybe they can improve upon the textures, the graphics within the house. I've never made a video game, I'll put my hands up, but it seems like a fairly straightforward patch. But we shall see where it goes. On to the bad notes. There is no controller support for those that do like to play on a controller at this point in time. Although I'm pretty sure it won't be a massive deal to many of you, but there is no controller support as things stand. There's a ton of FPS issues. There's a ton of like glitches and things like that, UI glitches. But I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. It is early access. It has just come out, and hopefully they can get these sorted. At the moment, there isn't any bullet drop off, and I feel like there type of needs to be. But there is some damage drop off, which is quite nice. Although I've got to be fair, it hasn't stopped me getting one-shotted in the face every time I get into a PvP encounter. I also feel like the combat system could do with a ton of work. The melee system seems absolutely horrible. Really, really, really poor. With the shooting seems okay. They could add a little bit more recoil or something like that. But the shooting seems okay overall. The big bugbear about the combat system, though, is the AI. It is probably the least freaking scary AI I've ever played against in me life. If we, as the human race, have been done over by these robots, we deserved it. Alright, if these robots have beaten us, we deserved it. They are redonkulous. They literally run at you in a straight line. One of them tries to blow himself up on you. The other just wants to come over and give you a cuddle. They're made of the weakest metal possible because apparently you can punch a couple of them to death before anything happens. It just really ain't scary whatsoever. You're walking around this crazy environment with everyone that drives the same car by yourself for God knows how long, and eventually you bump into some AI that wants to come over and blow you up, but punch it twice in the face, and it's made of metal, keep in mind. Punch it twice in the face, and JD, job done. Nah. Nah, absolutely shocking. They really could do with making the enemies a little bit more raw. But that's not even the worst part. I'll put my hands up. For me, the worst part of the game was the bloody loneliness. We streamed this for a couple of hours, and to be honest, we ended up going on to something else because I think all of us were just so bored. There was no real engagements. We've gone round from town to town, from motel to army barracks and we just couldn't really get into any action. When we did, if we got blown up, you teleported miles away from your body. By the time you get back, it's already looted or surrounded by the robots, so you can't get your stuff back anyway. There's a few places that are worth looting in the game, but it just doesn't seem to be anyone in. And we're on servers that had like 35 people in, and it was just like the walking simulator. It really was. Like, we walked a lonely road that day, and we ended up having a lot of fun in the stream because we've started putting on some music. We're laughing, we're putting on all the sad songs and stuff because it just felt totally empty. I felt a little bit like Will Smith from I Am Legend. You know, when something eventually did move, I was like, whoa, tell me you're alive. I just want to be your friend. And then you had to shoot in the face. So yeah, the loneliness was absolutely shocking. But I've got to put my hands up. I'm genuinely getting to the point, I don't know if this is the type of game for me. You know, like the soft survival type game, your Daisy, your Wars, that type of... I don't know if this is my type of game at all. It seems to have no direction. You have no idea what you're meant to be heading for, why you're meant to be heading for it. It hasn't really set up a backstory within the game. I'd say the closest thing that I can put this to would be Generation Zero. And Generation Zero I thought was half decent, but again a little bit too empty for my liking, where Generation Zero seems massively overpopulated compared to this. It's got a ton more action in it compared to this, again in early access. And at least Generation Zero went down and set up a bit of a backstory to what's going on, where this just hasn't. The main cities are all generic, very little reason to go there. That just trying to find any type of action. The walking is absolutely insane. There's a couple of vehicles in the game, although I've not actually been bothered to find one. The controllers apparently don't seem all that responsive, but yeah, there's a couple of vehicles in the game, like apparently a helicopter you can get in. Although I went to the airbase, couldn't find the one that I could get in. And there is also like a quad bike that you can use as well. But good luck finding them, because you're not going to do some miles, baby. I would walk 500 miles just to get away from the game. What? So as you can probably tell, it's not my cup of tea. If you do enjoy that type of game, give it a go by all means. But not for me. Not for me. And I've got to be honest, I think I might actually stay away from this type of game after playing this. That's how much I didn't enjoy it. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed the review. I hope you found it helpful. If you have, do me a massive favour, hit that like button, leave a comment down below. It really does help support the video and grow it. It helps the YouTube algorithm. The more people will see it, the better. If you want to see more game reviews like this, please don't forget, hit that subscribe button, turn them notifications on. And if you want to talk to me in person, you can find me over at my Twitch page, which is www.twitch.tv/Shanksy. The link for that is down below as well. But you all have a great day. I'll see you on the flip side. Peace!